Hello, the Gentleman Gamer here, and today I'm playing EVE Online on the test server, and I logged in today to take a look at some new ships, not what we're usually used to, like a remodeled ship, but actually 3 new ships from a completely different faction that wasn't in the game before, using a completely different weapon system that we haven't encountered before as well. So that's very, very exciting. And so these ships come from the Triglavian collective, and if you've been paying attention in the last couple weeks, all the videos about the abyssal dead space, these are the inhabitants of that space, and we can retrieve blueprints for a frigate, a cruiser, and a battleship from these areas of space. This one being the frigate, and it is the Damavik. I think that sounds right, Damavik. Let's take a look at the bonuses real quick. So we have a couple bonuses for damage and optimal range for the small entropic disintegrator. That is the new weapon system. Obviously it goes small, medium, large for all the ship types. And that goes up with you leveling into the precursor frigate skill. Now I'm not sure if they're keeping this name for this skill or not. Precursor pretty much gives it away that these are an ancient human race that we didn't know existed before. Most likely because they live in these weird pockets of space. But it also stated in FanFest that there might be more factions that we don't know exist yet that fall under this under this skill line of precursor ships in general, which is very, very cool. It also has some odd roll bonuses, which aren't very normal for most ships. They have a 100% bonus to remote armor rep range, 50% reduction in energy NOS, energy neutralizer capacitor need, 50% reduction in remote armor repper capacitor need, and also a 50% bonus reduction in smart bomb capacitor need. So some very odd bonuses. Overall, pretty interesting. I think the model itself looks very, very cool. Obviously the coolest part is the naked singularity in the middle. But also I love these floating orb turrets here. Very, very cool looking. They kind of float the same way these drifter weapons kind of float above the holes. So that's very, very cool. Now to the weapon system itself is a little weird. It kind of runs like a laser. It looks like a laser, obviously, but you can switch ammo like lasers can. You can switch them immediately, but they do have charges here. So they reload like they need charges like a gun would, which is kind of weird. But the most interesting part of them is that as you shoot at one target, if you not change targets and you stay on the same target and you don't lose range or anything, it will constantly rev up to a certain cap. So currently we have the short range ammo here, and we have about 85.2 damage per second. So let's test it out real quick. Target this, and let's see here. Turn it on, and there's an actual animation for this. So you see opening up. Very cool. The beam is changing color as well. The singularity gets bigger. And let's take a look at the damage we're doing now. It's already up to 110 DPS. I think it's the extent of the animation. I'm not sure how far this actually goes up. We're up to 127, 132. That's pretty awesome. So if you stick on the same target for a long time, your damage does rev up quite a bit. So if you can stay alive long enough, then you can do a lot more damage than you start off with. But you gotta stay alive, of course. So it'd be interesting seeing this little frigate take out much bigger ships than it is. But I guess viability we'll figure out when it comes out. We're at what, 170 right now, 0.3. That's it, 100 from 85.2 to 170.3. That is not bad. That is not bad. Let's turn it off and check out the animation when it turns off. Very cool. So it gets smaller. It closes up. Very nice. All in all, I think it's a really cool model. It does look very different compared to the other ships in New Eden. Obviously, this thing makes it look way different. Cool particle effects coming off it. But I think it does have a very small warp animation, so we'll check those out as well. Let's warp. And see, what does it do? So it closes up a little bit more. It has a little beam coming out. Okay, so nothing crazy. The shooting animation is way more exaggerated. More pronounced, we'll say. But very cool. So we'll see when it lands. Okay, opens up, beam turns off, turrets come out. Very cool. Very cool looking ship. Interesting bonuses. I'm actually very curious to see how this gets used in I don't think it goes more for PvE, but I mean PvP. But I'm pretty sure someone can figure out a use for it in PvE as well. Alright, the next ship we will take a look is the Vimac, or something like that. I think it's one of my favorites out of the three. I love how long it is compared to the other ones. I love how skinny, very nice. Yeah, you have the turrets here, the medium versions. Nick is Singularity in the middle. Very cool. If you haven't noticed before, they also have the Triglavian name for the ship on it as well, and also the, I'm assuming that's the symbol for the faction. Now bonuses are similar, but not exact. This one gets a damage and a tracking speed bonus for the weapon, but they're the same roll bonuses though. So again, I'm very interested to see how these work out. I think they have quite a little higher amount of utility highs. So yeah, I have a repper in this one and a smart bomb just to see how it is. I had tons more in these, but in testing the damage got really high, and it blew up my target before I can actually finish talking. So I do want to see how high you can go without blowing the target up. But you have a few utility highs you can use here, and the fitting for these is actually kind of okay. Anyway, the fitting for the actual main turret is actually kind of high. But let's try it out. We'll see the animation on this one next. We'll take a look at the damage as we're doing it. Yeah, let's go for this thing. Am I using short range ammo on this one? I think this is a short range ammo again. I don't have the Tech 2 yet because I don't have the skill for it. But let's take a look at the animation. There we go. Opens up, and this will change color as it goes. Oh wow, that opens a lot more than the other one. Whoa, that is cool. That is super cool. I like the particle effects going. What are we doing here? 240. I actually remember where we started at, but we're at 250 right now. That is a cool looking ship. Look at that. That is so cool looking. What are we? Now we're at 270, 280. It's a very interesting ship. I'm really curious to see how people use this ship. And it just looks amazing. The whole ship pretty much transforms when it shoots. Let's see where we're at here. We capped out yet? 320. 330. Still going, huh? Interesting. Oh my god. And there's also alpha damage, obviously, each time it cycles. 360, is that it? Reached our max yet? At 370. Ouchies. I think that's it. I think we reached our max, right? 390. Wow, that's impressive. Let's start it off and take a look at the animation. Alright, cycle down. It closes all the way up. Look at that. That is nice. Great looking ship. I love this ship. And it has the, seems like a red, but it's iridescent. So it almost goes green at some points here when you turn it around against the light, but it goes back to red when you shift it away. So it's pretty cool. Let's take a look at the warp animation. Again, these are not as pronounced as the shooting animations, but they're still good to look at. Let's take a look at them. So the turrets go in. They close up a little bit more. And oh yeah, all these little beams again. Little beams lock up again. But very cool looking ship. But definitely my favorite. I like how skinny and long it looks compared to the other ones. And I'll probably be using this one more for my adventures than the other two probably. Let's take a look when it lands. Alright. Turns pop out. Opens up a little bit. Beams turn off. Very nice. Super cool. Oh, that is a fantastic model. Alright, next one and last one is the Battleship. Let's board that. And this is a very large ship. It looks very beefy. Okay, Nike Singularity. Very cool. And let's take a look at the bonus for this one. I think, again, they're very similar. This one's damage and rate of fire, so very probably get a little more damage out of this one. But same roll bonuses, of course. Now let's take a look at the firing animation. I don't think anyone's using these anyway. What ammo do I have here? I think... I'm not sure. Hold on. Which one is... What was that? No, don't wrap it. Don't wrap it. What do you have here? 33. That's not bad. Okay. Let's take a look at, let's see, 23. What's this one? 37. And this one? 60. Oh, wow, that's even far away. Okay, let's go with... I think that must be the short range ammo. Is it? Was that one actually shorter? Let's see. Yeah, I'll go with that one. That's 407 DPS before we start. So let's give it a go. Take a look at the animation. Oh, that's pretty cool. So the top bit opens up. These things open up as well. Whoa, that gets really big. Oh, also, these things in the back open up. That's pretty cool. It kind of looks like a siege mode. Like he's still moving. That's really... What are we at here damage-wise here? We're up to 500. Okay. Oop, I turned it off. No. Let's rep that. Let's rep that up. Let's rep that. We'll shoot and rep at the same time. Well, that makes perfect sense, right, guys? I want to see the amount. Ooh, okay. I don't think the repper can keep up, but let's see how high we can get before we blow up this thing. We don't blow this thing up. Does it take like 5 more seconds? So up past 500 again. It doesn't do a ton of damage. That's pretty crazy. It's gonna be great for bashing citadels, attacking caps probably. Seriously, that's insane. We just started too. Yeah, the repper can't keep up. That's just silly. Alright, let's turn it off. See the animation properly now without being rushed through it. Alright, turned it off. Everything closes up again. Very, very cool. Alright, that's very, very cool. Not my favorite model. The cruiser's definitely my favorite, but it does look pretty cool on its own right. Alright, let's take a look at the warp animation. Again, these aren't crazy involved, but let's take a look at it anyway. Alright, so let's see. Does it close up more? Does it leave it the same? Okay, turrets go in. Really cool. A lot more little beamy things turn on. Doesn't close up a whole lot more though. Again, very, very cool. I do like the little beams that come up. That's pretty interesting. That looks pretty cool. Again, very, very cool. Very cool. It did a lot of work on these models to make them look different compared to other ships we see in New Eden. And we're landing, and we'll see if it changes. I'm actually curious to see how much it actually changed when it warps. Let's see. Not much. No, it really doesn't turn up close in too much on warp. But there it is. That is the last ship. Again, this is fantastic modeling. I love the particle effects, naked singularity, all the ships. What happens when you shoot? It does great work on the from the art team all around. But that's it, guys. Tell me what tell me what you think about these ships, guys. If you tried them on the test server or not. I think they'll be pretty interesting. I'm not exactly sure how they'll be used in PvE. I'm assuming there's a use for them. They do have some interesting bonuses, but it looks like more of a PvP type ship probably. But I could be proven wrong. Oop, shutdown alert. But let me know in the comments what you think. But that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, of course, leave a like. If you like the content, of course, subscribe, and fly safe, and fly brave.